Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at color grading and saving it as a preset, and we're going to use both curves and levels in Photoshop. There's pros and cons in saving as a preset, so I want to make sure you understand that. So basically we're going to go for something like this, and then by applying a preset color setting or color grading that we did, that looks like this. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist, pushing ourselves creatively out of the box. All right, let's talk about color grading. There's a lot of different ways we can actually do that in Photoshop. And I'm going to share with you a way that I found that a lot of photographers didn't know that you could do. And I'm going to do it both in curves for you, and then I'll showcase that in levels. All right, let's get started here. So let me jump into Photoshop. And I'm just going to double click on my workspace to get the open dialog box. I'm going to work on 3 images. Not everybody shoots, client work, say models or weddings and things like that. In other words, people. So I'm going to apply color grading here, and I'm also going to transfer it over to a still life, and I'm going to transfer it over to a I'll say landscape, sort of a panoramic type look out in Moab, Utah. All right, so let's start out with this young lady right here. And this is a wedding dress shot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come down to the Oreo cookie dipped in milk right here and click on that, and we get a little pop-up menu, and we're going to choose curves. Okay, so when we use curves, a lot of times we're just using it to adjust contrast, maybe brighten up an image and or darken it down. If you are on this right here, this opens up. Once I click on it, it opens up something called properties over here on the right. If it didn't open up, you got to go to Windows drop-down menu, come all the way down here, about 2/3 of the way down, you'll see properties right there. But usually by default, that should be activated for you. Okay, if you take a look at presets right here in the dialog box, in the drop-down menu, you can experiment with those and look at that. But here's, like lighter, that's what it's doing to the image. If I change my mind, let's go medium contrast. You can see it constantly changing and how it's adjusting the curves. Well, what I'm going to do here, let's go back to default. And if I choose the auto button, watch what happens. It's just basically looking at the entire image and making an adjustment. So I'm going to click on that right now. And you saw a little bit of a change. Hopefully that shows up in the video. I'm going to undo that. So Control Z, Command Z on the Mac to undo that. And what I'd like to do is to create my own color grade that I'd like to apply, maybe not only to this image, but maybe an entire series of images. Maybe I did a lot of photographs of this particular person, and I'd like to apply that same look over and over again. So if we do that, we want to use it and maybe save this as a preset so we can use this over and over again and on further projects. Okay, so let's do this. The auto button I'm going to come back to. If you hold the Alt key down on a PC, that would be, I believe, Option on a Mac. If I click down on that, it opens up a special dialog box. So again, I did Alt click or Option click on the Mac. And if I come over here, I'm going to choose the third one down where it says Find Dark and Light Colors. And I'm just going to work with shadows and highlights here, but you can, do all 3 and do some very creative things. So I'm going to click on shadows. And when I pull this up, I'm just going to go for, let's go in the green area and then do something different. So it sort of looks like that. I know it doesn't look good, so hang on there. So I'm going to click on OK to accept that. So change that black for the shadows, and it's going to make it that green color. Now highlights, I'm going to click on that. Opens up the dialog box. I'm going to pick something, let's go in the yellow range, but really light. Hopefully that shows up. Very subtle right there. And then I'm going to click on OK to accept that. And where it says save the new target colors as default, no, do not do that. because then you're going to have to undo this all the time, and we want to leave it generic. But if I want to use this color grade over and over again, and by the way, once I have this established, what I'd like to do, if I go to the drop-down menu right now, this is where you get to play with the color grading. As you scroll down, I like soft light. So soft light looks pretty good. So I like that. Now, maybe a little bit too intense for me, so I can go to opacity over here, pull it down to 80%. It's a judgment call by you. But what I would like to do is I'd like to save what I just did with those colors as a preset so I can grab it anytime in the future from this drop-down menu. So to do that, it's really easy. You go to the upper right corner here in this little node, click on that, you get a little flyout menu, and you can see right here it says Save Curves Preset. So I'm going to select that. It gives me this open dialog box here. It's called Save As. It's going to be in the Curves folder. And just give it a name. I'm just going to call it Test. But I would definitely give it a descriptive name, because if you create, half a dozen of these, you want to know what it is. So I would make sure that, again, make it very descriptive. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of that. And now I'd like to apply this, but I'm going to also apply it to here, to this image here, which is a still life, and also to this one, the landscape. So with this selected, and we want to talk about pros and cons here of doing this now. I'm going to come down to the Oreo cookie dipped in milk again, and I'm going to choose curves. Now, when I choose curves, when I go to this drop-down menu in properties, there we go. There's test. That is my color grade that I just saved in the curves category. When I click on this, here's the gotcha. When I click on it, whoa, what happened? Well, it doesn't save the blending mode I had, which was soft light in this example, and it doesn't affect the opacity at all. It makes it 100%. I believe I had it at 80% or something like that. Just dropped it down a little bit. So that's the downside. The good side is you don't have to select the colors again, like, oh, what colors was I using and that kind of thing. We actually, saved that and recorded it. We can also delete that. I'll show you how to delete and get rid of that a little bit later. But let's talk about if I go over here to another image, and just want to expand on this a little bit. Okay, so if I go back over to the Oreo cookie dipped in milk, choose curves, and then I go to the drop-down menu and I'm going to choose test. And then I'm going to make this soft light blending mode. Please remember there's always a mask with this. So I can grab my paintbrush here in the toolbar, and I'll just do this at 100%. We can see this. So when I look at this image, I'm thinking, I don't like what it's doing here. These are probably green apples. So the green areas, I'm just going to mask out. I'm going to be very rough with this real fast. But so you can see that there's a before, after. But if I hold the shift key down and click on the mask, I'm turning the mask on and off now. So now you can see on the right side how that affected the yellowish greens there. And I just didn't want to change that so much. So again, it gives us some flexibility and creativity by applying a mask. And if you want to come over to properties, you can pull that density down. So notice now how that changed versus 100%. And there we go. Okay. Here's something to think about. I'm going to go back to this image right here because I did no masking. You could save a PSD file and use it as a reference file that you want to use this layer over and over again. So an example, I could have saved this and just call it my color grade, setup or whatever. And then if there's an image I want to apply that to, with this open up, this other image, if I just click here and drag, now again, it's under soft light and it's at 80%. If I click and drag this over to the other tab, drop it down, let go. Yes, I'm just going to click on OK there. It applied that color grade, but look what it did. Soft light, 80%. So it carries that over. So this is not right or wrong, just personal preference. And that is, some people like to do what's called a setup color grade file, a Photoshop file, and they're just clicking and dragging what they created before over because they're just tired of always picking, the blending mode and the opacity all the time. So Again, not right or wrong. It's just a matter of personal choice. If you need to get rid of, before I get into levels, if you want to get rid of a preset, if you go to the drop-down menu here, you can see, again, it's under the test. So if I go over here, right there in the upper right-hand corner of that panel, and then you're going to see delete current preset. Well, I got to make sure I was on my preset, which I was, the test one. So when I choose delete, and then I confirm that with yes, it is now gone. So I no longer have that in the drop-down menu. And it actually deleted that file, where if I go over here and I choose to, whoops, wrong spot. If I go to save curve preset, which there is nothing, but it goes to that curves folder, the test one is gone. So that's what the delete did. So it's no longer there. Now, let's go back to this image again. Let me delete this. You could also do this if and again, not right or wrong, but a lot of people prefer using levels for a certain reason. And again, it's all about choice, but it's the same technique. So if I apply the pop-up menu here under Oreo cookies dipped in milk, and we go to levels, we can see a different interface. And by the way, let me pause for a moment. If you guys are learning anything, if you could do me a favor, and that is like the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, hit that notification bell next time I upload a video, which is about, well, now it might be more than one a week. I'll talk about maybe that in an upcoming video in August, but I think I mentioned that in the past, so I correct myself on that one. But so that way you'll get notified on future videos that come up. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick now. And that is, I'm using levels, but everything is the same. If I click on this icon and I go to the properties panel, you're going to see that there is this same, flyout menu if I want to change or create a preset for myself, but it's the same thing. With this selected right here, actually, we're going to go to autos. If you remember that, same thing. Hold the Alt key down, Option on a Mac. Click on that. And there we go. So I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to choose, again, Find Darken Lights. And again, just to speed things up, let me just pick something. For that one, I'll just do this, similar green, and we'll come over here. And we're going to pick something like this, really light. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit more, so it'll be more intense. Again, just for demo purposes. So basically, I'm doing the same thing as I did in curves, and click on OK. And then no, don't save that. And then I'm going to go to my drop-down menu, and I think it shows like soft light, and I'd pull the opacity down a bit. I'll go 60% on that one, and there you go. Okay, same thing. I want to save this as a custom preset. If I go over here to the little pop-out menu again, and I choose Save Levels Preset, it opens up that dialog box again, but it's under the Levels folder in Photoshop. So I could use the same name if I wanted to. So I'm just going to call it Test again. And then I'm done. So you'll see that. Let me go to a different image there. And I'm going to, that's curves. Let's just delete that. We got to use levels, Steve. So go to levels. And again, with that selected right there, I'm going to just come over here to the drop-down menu. And I will choose test, just like I did in curves. And then apply my blending mode, whatever looks best for that situation, and pull the opacity down. That's up for me to tweak that. So again, hopefully you've learned something. There's a lot of different ways of color grading an image in Photoshop. And I've done some in the past before. Maybe I'll do some more in the future. But, take a look at this, save a preset, experiment with it. Try the two different methods. And that is doing a setup file, PSD file, versus maybe the, custom preset in the drop-down menu. It's a matter of choice, right? All right, so with that out of the way, let's get that camera out, start shooting, and think creatively, literally out of the box. Until next time, see ya.